Picking up right where we left off. Steel Army. Kind of like the electrical field. 320. No, we'll just keep this. 8 breaker. Okay. We'll head here because it's pretty close. Epilogues, artifacts. We won't be able to collect all of them.
Amir, there's something I wanted to ask you about. Hildisvini told me about your visit to secure Hell's army, but was reluctant to elaborate when it came to negotiating with Krasfelder.
Ah, yes. Well, I can see why he'd hold off on such a subject until he saw if we survived the battle.
Amir, what exactly did you promise the large bird?
Oh, nothing too horrifying. It's just that she'd like to retire.
Retire? Hell's Eagle wants to retire?
Let this wait. Stay alert.
Your master is no more. Take care of the rider first!
Oh my god.
Get up, brother!
Your master is no more.
Well, if there's more of these Asgard fragments out there, the Einherjar will continue to be a nuisance for the realms.
Only if we do nothing. The realms will never heal if they remain.
How many more?
Only one way to find out. I see another realm tear from Garn. Shall we close it?
This is not over.
But I'm sure our work is far from over.
Alright. That's one. A way to fast travel. No. It's not a way to fast travel.
Freya, something is on your mind. What is it?
Freyr's sword. I'm glad he got it back.
Odin stole it?
Not quite. It couldn't be stolen. It had to be given freely. Freyr had it forged in his younger days, imbued with its own motives and passion. For centuries, he swore he would only ever set it down in death, or upon meeting the love of his life. Both he and the sword were romantics, you see. Were you serious before, Mimir? Krasfelder truly wishes to retire?
Indeed. And don't ask me what she expects to do with her free time. I assure you there is no reassuring answer.
Can she even do that? Not be hell?
Apparently so. She just requires relief. Someone else to step in and become hell, as it were.
Not exactly an office many would wish to occupy.
Ah, terrible weather, infinite hours, and the possibility of unleashing terrible mischief on the realms if they're careless. Or worse, if they aren't completely trustworthy.
But if she were to leave without a replacement?
Complete chaos, yes.
Well, I'm sorry I asked.
I must say, I think we make a good team. With my brains, Kratos' brawn, and my lady's,
Wisdom? Magic? Ability to tolerate you for long periods of time?
I was going to say brutality.
That works.
Tell a story, if you wish.
Am I preferable to silence at last? A rare day. I'm touched. But since you mention it, there has been one on my mind of late. It goes back to my earliest days, when I had little more to do than observe the mortals who passed through our forest.
Set that aside for now. Come.
They should really fix it so they just continuously tell the story.
Come on, brother. Let's have it. You mentioned you had a favorite poem from your homeland. What was it about?
A cunning general. A war over forbidden love.
I believe I've heard of this one. Did it involve a horse that was not as it appeared?
Yes. But that is not what happened.
Oh, it's based on truth then. And you were there.
Yes. I prefer the poem.
Well, seems like a good time to get back to that story you asked for, brother. One summer, a local laird of renowned eccentricity chose to sequester himself with a small coterie of kinsmen and followers. The aim of their woodland retreat was to achieve enlightenment through study and discipline. They took oaths to brook no distractions until they became wise men.
Distractions.
Aye, women, drink, mostly women. As you can imagine, things deteriorated quickly. By autumn, tempers were frayed and wisdom remained in short supply. One day, I watched as the laird and his brother took their hunt. There they found, at the banks of a river, a lady as fair as any they'd left behind. She pleads for their assistance for fear the currents would carry her off if she tried to cross. The laird doesn't miss a beat. He hoists her onto his shoulders, carries her across, sets her down, doffs his cap, and fords back across to his brother. who is dumbfounded, can't even bring himself to speak. The day stretches on, the laird carries on hunting, and his brother quietly gnashes his teeth down to powder. Finally, the dam breaks. "Brother," he cries, "how could you do it after everything we've sacrificed? How could you break your vow like it was nothing, carrying that lass on your shoulders like you were a Shetland pony?" The laird just smiles. "Brother, I set that lass down across the river. 'Tis you that carries her still." Oh, I got a chuckle. A rare day indeed. Quick, circle the bowl.
To the enemy!
Shot.
This kingdom, Lara. You once lived there.
Before I shacked up with the Aesir, aye. Another of my spectacular failures.
In capturing these spirits, you seek redemption.
I just want to send these bloody monsters to hell where they belong. Wouldn't exactly call it redemption, but I know I'll feel better once it's over. Did you recognize her, the sickly spirit?
No. There was a time I could recall the face of every one of my people, but... sometimes I wonder if gods live too long.
I once felt the same.
That's everything I need. Let's return to the Sick Spirit.
You would cure the dead.
I promised I would take care of my people.
You do not even remember her. Nor she you.
And?
Let us return to the spirit.
Have you
We
finally...
have collected the plants.
Could this be? I feel my vitality returning to me. I feel... Freya.
I am here.
I knew you would return. Even as the doubters cursed your name.
Thank you. But it's time to rest. You have earned it.
Thank you, my queen. I am tired indeed.
Alright. Where's next? Right here.
Shall we continue?
Yes.
Tell me a story.
Something else I recall about that Greek play I mentioned, if you won't take offence at the critique. As a work-up performance, it consisted almost entirely of watching people give speeches and receive terrible news. Might have been nice to see more events dramatised instead of described.
It is Greek tradition for a story to unfold in a single time and place uninterrupted. It is more clear.
If you say so.
Why is it so framey?
Regarding security. Kratos, Freya, welcome back. Here.
Lady Sif. Freya. It speaks volumes seeing you here in person. The first of the Aesir to visit us in peace.
Really, Your Majesty?
It's the capacity of the Vanir's forgiveness that speaks volumes.
We know Asgard was more than Odin and his Einherjar. If they'll help us rebuild, they're more than welcome to stay.
Aesir and Vanir living together. I never thought it possible.
I imagine a severe lack of options for the Aesir helped ease things along.
Oh, Mimir. It has truly been a pleasure not listening to your prattling commentary for the last 100 winters.
Well, excuse me, milady.
100 winters of Mimir bleating at court? I think I'd rather be exiled.
Indeed. Oh, the stories I have.
Really? Do tell.
Well, everything appears to be in order here, diplomacy administered, and all's well. Let's leave these two to their planning, shall we?
Hi, Kratos.
What is wrong?
No, nothing. It's just, don't know if you've heard, but we're
We
gonna
don't
say
do that
goodbye to
kind of-
Brok in Svartalfheim.
This realm
A
provides us
funeral.
what we need.
Yeah,
What if
we're
the
meeting at
winter
Rab's
is
Tavern
harsh?
in Nethervalir.
Food spoils.
We will be there.
Hunger, perhaps had you not burned Freyr for trying to teach
I
you.
did not light that fire. But I was there to witness. Even in death, Odin's legacy of poor leadership endures.
Impressive.
Just when I thought you couldn't get more godly. Prepare to be very impressed. Get that armor nice and bloody. Oh, yeah. Seen one of these before.
Careful, brother! You're covered in Bifrost! Brother, I've been meaning to ask. Your homeland. I'd heard the gods there wielded every flavor of power you could imagine. Lightning, fire, the whole lot.
As did I, for many years.
Oh, any chance you could recall some of that magic?
No, I have tried.
Magic is bound to the earth. When your homeland died, your powers probably went with it. I'm up for closing the rest if you are, Kratos.
Follow me.
Oh my god. I was about to say if there was more. What? How am I supposed to get there? I'm gonna die. I'm legit going to die.
Typically, those weak spots come in threes. Maybe there's another somewhere around here.
Kidding me. How the hell? I'm better off just...
Good. Now we may control the time of day. Look, over there.
What is it?
It is the tale of combat. Of a fair-haired woman doing battle with the most powerful of all gods.
What woman? Elaborate.
But, oh, the specifics elude me. I had my side of me, and I was excited. Yes, about to bury the hatchet with an old friend. But something terrible happened.
I'm afraid that terrible thing was your demise, my friend.
I know there was more. 3 ponds. I could see all 3. Please, help me make amends with my friend. Help me remember.
That's for the Drekkie feed. Let's get ready. Won't be much time for fussing once the fighting starts.
Ready yourselves.
The dam unblocked, the voracious Drekkie dead. I'd say this jungle is well on its way back to its original glory.
Over here. The water flows.
Wait.
What is it you want?
Are you a father?
Yes.
Then you must understand. My son, this toy, it was for him. But now he's gone. That day, so much chaos and death. I was panicked, looking for my son. Please, help reunite me with my son in Folkvanger.
This father needs his son. We can help him.
What is the last thing you saw, Spirit?
Statues. 2 of them. Dragons facing away from each other. Separated like my son. This toy. It will bring me back to him.
This story is like many in this valley. Separated from someone they love by death.
I do not wish a lost son on anyone, living or dead.
Agreed.
You do? Oh, I assumed you'd say something like, reuniting the dead is pointless.
Not this time.
Do you regret it, Mimir?
Most likely. What are we talking about in particular?
Giving up your body?
I regret exchanging my life for my freedom? That's a question I ask myself every day, my lady.
What about today?
Today? Glad to be out in the world. How else could I spend such quality time with you?
Okay, okay.
You can be with your son now.
Thank you. I can't wait to see his face again. I'll give him this gift and tell him about the brave people who helped me.
Now you can help us. What did you see that day?
I remember walking into a mead hall, and Thor was there.
What was he doing in the mead hall?
There were whispers that he was looking for a Vanir military outpost. And I didn't want any trouble, so I got out quick. That's the last I saw of him. But maybe there are others who saw more.
I wonder if Thor was meeting someone at the mead hall.
Faye and Thor sharing a drink?
Faye never drank with me, and she would not have with him.
Sometimes we never really know the ones we love, brother.
There was Medusa, queen of the Gorgons. Her gaze turned men to stone. A mirror would turn her own powers against her. Or, you may remove her head, but that is the hard way.
Which did you choose?
The hard way.
Forget I asked.
I know you see me.
I am listening.
5 hours due north. 2 hours east. I said I would find this valley a new home after the Aesir destroyed mine.
A home? What happened?
I cannot remember. I know that I wanted a new life.
Do you remember seeing anything that could help us find the other half of your hourglass?
There were 3 waterfalls. I remember wishing I could live near them.
Lost souls.
Odin was never going to stop. That's why he sent Thor here.
And what of Faye? Did she challenge Thor? Challenge Odin?
Who knows? But the truth is waiting for us, brother. There must be a way across. Have we looked everywhere? Another crystal. Best hold on to it until we can figure out what to do with it.
I bought us some breathing room.
Here is your hourglass.
Thank you. Now I can leave for Volkvanger.
A question first, brother. You wanted to make this valley your home. What stopped you?
I remember this valley. It was on the brink of devastation when I found it.
Was it a crater like you see now?
No, but the town was in shambles. Shattered glass, broken buildings. There was no hope to be made here.
Did you see what caused the destruction?
I was at the mead hall. Thor was there. He had a strange drinking companion. Some sort of creature, the likes of which I'd never seen. It had this barrel of mead that seemed to never go empty.
What were they doing?
Getting wine drunk from the looks of it. They were passing drinks around, reveling. Everyone had a tipple too many. But Thor, he was by far the drunkest of any man there that day.
Amir, what do you make of this?
Thor has always loved a strong drink with questionable company. But I've never heard any word of his creature companion. This isn't a lot to go on, I'm afraid.
Thor's penchant for drink is widely known. But what happened in this valley is still a mystery.
There is still much we do not know. And whether Faye was involved remains unclear.
She's back for more!
Just one stag left. Thanks for saving the realms and all that. I'd have gotten to it myself, and with more style. But thanks.
You're welcome, he means to say. I'm surprised, brother. You think a stag would run in terror at the sight of you? Not exactly a calming presence, are you?
Good job you did at Ragnarok, General. Wish I could have been there to see you and Sindri take down Thor and Odin.
Just not what happened.
Yeah, maybe not, but it's the story I like best. Important thing is, Odin's paid in full for what he did to Brok. I know it doesn't fix what's broke, but it ain't nothing. What can I do for a goddess?
Unless my eyes deceive me, that seems to be the Stag of Summer.
Is it hot or is it just my sizzling personality? Nah, it's you, Stag. And we go already? That's all of them. Congratulations. You saved the 9 realms from death by overgrowth. And you sort of saved my ass, too. Though it was really Biddens' fault.
A job well done. Might as well check in with Ratatoskr when we've got the time.
Drakefed here.
This was my fear. With a drake devouring the wildlife, this land will be barren in a matter of winters.
Another painful growth removed from these lands, eh? You've got a few crystals. Why not pay the fool a visit? Behind you!
Incoming right side! On your guard, Kratos! Cage the creature!
Effective and unpleasant.
Let us return to the Dragon's Den.
Woohoo! Looking good!
It fits.
Now go show it off.
Hello, Lunda.
Hey, you guys. About your brother. I never got the chance to tell you. I know moments like this you're supposed to say sorry and whatnot, but I always known that pretty man had greatness in him. That he'd do something amazing one day, and I'm just... You know, I'm proud that now the 9 realms know it too. Unstable, get back!
Make the move!
This is not over. Be ready.
Right side, incoming!
Good, that's the way!
We could always warm up first.
Prepare yourself!
We still haven't seen everything this area has to offer. There could be another arena. Which challenge should we undertake?
Enemy behind you, Kratos!
Above you, brother!
Regroup.
I see a warm-up before making your choice. Not there on the left!
Brace yourself! Carry it!
We've seen all the arenas and completed them. Maybe something's changed in the main chamber. The steel's reacting to us. That sword, it wasn't there before. It won't lift, not until we complete the other challenges. You choose the trial.
Brother!
Enemy behind you!
The metal's flowing towards the center.
How? What did we do?
We told it to move.
Which challenge will it be today?
It's time! That's the way! On your right!
Interesting. It seems as if the Forge created that in response to the challenges you completed at the other 3 swords. Depending on which order you complete them in, the Forge will spit out something different. There, the metal was listening to us. You were right.
You don't have to sound so surprised.
Ragnarok armor's on the house. We'll call it a commemorative piece.
profane alternate lyrics to my ballads. Absolutely disgusting. But now I wish I could remember some of them.
The paperwork that man created for me. I had to build a chest just for his violations. A big one.
I taught him 20 different ways to cold forge a bolster. Once, he taught me a slightly easier method of wire pulling, and from that day on called me his apprentice.
A true asshole he was. Gods, I'm gonna miss him.
Hi! Y'all made it! Just about to send him off.
I have met many on my travels. You are one of the few I would call friend.
I always thought you were one of the dumbest creatures I'd ever met. Didn't expect you to be the bravest, too.
This world is a darker place for your leaving it.
We're taking him to the Sverd Sands. It's, in the wetlands near the ferry. We'll wait for you there. Left side! Incoming!
I wonder how many of these fragments of Asgard there are.
A realm's worth at least, so I'd say we have our work cut out for us.
Damn it.
What is wrong?
I should have changed. Sewn some mourning garb. We're not dressed properly.
We're fine. The dwarves don't typically require formal wear at funerals.
Brok certainly would not.
Perhaps.
Still, now you've got me thinking of what I might look like with some jewellery around my neck stump. Maybe some gold woven into my beard. That'd be quite fetching, eh?
Thanks for trying.
There they are, brother.
Oh, come on, surely he'll be along. It's his brother.
Let's hope so. Loss can do things to a man. You made it. We can begin.
Sindri. Brok was...
A hole.
What?
Gets bigger the more you take away. Brother, you don't like riddles, eh?
No.
Oh, you just haven't heard any good ones. Here, I'm tall when I'm young, short when I'm old. What
A candle.
Yeah. Heard that one before?
No.
Oh. Well, did you like it?
No.
That's a realm tear, all right. From Garm. Are we going to close it? Brother, somewhere out there's a riddle you'd enjoy, and I'm going to find it.
Do not.
Once spoken, instantly broken. What am I?
Silence. I was not answering the riddle.
Careful, brother! It's covered in bifrost!
Another cap defeated.
Aye, and one step closer to giving the realms a shot at healing. Just curious, brother. Why don't you like riddles?
They are frivolous.
They encourage lateral thinking. Listen, there are 3 doors before you. One contains a pit of spikes, one a dragon, and one a pair of lions that haven't been fed in weeks. Which door do you open?
The first. Pit of spikes is easily avoided.
Ah, you should pick the third, because lions that haven't been fed in weeks would be dead! Eh?
I like this riddle.
Fancy a riddle?
If you fancy a boot to the head.
Riddle solved.
Why do you yawn?
Force of habit, I suppose, since I don't sleep anymore. Although, it's far more confounding that I'm the tired one. I've seen you stay awake for days at a time without so much as a drooping eyelid. Not even a nap.
Gods do not nap.
Oh, tell that to Thor.
Why do you yawn?
Force of habit, I suppose, since I don't sleep anymore. It's far more confounding that I'm the tired one. I've seen you stay awake for days at a time without so much as a drooping eyelid. Not even a nap.
Gods do not nap.
Oh, tell that to Thor. Or poetry. Delightful.
Okay, I'll just say it. I'm getting a really terrible feeling from this place.
This was where we freed the imposter. Tyr.
Oh,
Odin took our noblest instincts and used them against us.
that's what he always does.
We will bear the weight of our mistakes, not with guilt, but with footsteps heavy with purpose. Come, we have work to do.
I believe that's the last of them.
And that's the last of them. Spectacular work, I guess. Not that I care. You mean nothing to me. Nothing at all.
That's great, friend.
You're not my friend. Goodbye. I love you.
Good gracious. We bastards about to explode!
Runic word appeared over there. See it? Tuna.
Gravestone. Another berserker to fight.
Bidvar the Fierce. Darrow for the troublesome. The berserker! On your left!
Well done,
Your end.
Once we have defeated these berserkers, what then?
We pay the king a visit and give him more of the same.
We have seen this before. Revenge will not bring you peace.
Is it revenge if justice is served?
That is a question you must answer for yourself.
Seems for every camp we destroy, we find 2 more.
It's almost impressive.
Get out of here and hit this charm.
Hello, Ratatoskr.
Hello, Master Kratos. What you've accomplished for these realms is truly something I never thought possible. Rest assured, good Master Brok would be proud beyond measure, even if only to express it in his love language of profane non-sequiturs. But he is terribly missed.
Yes, he is.
Now, there is one rather interesting development to apprise you of. The detonation of Asgard shook the world tree to its very roots, dislodging a great number of realm seeds. I thought you might wish to have them. My little way of saying, thank you for preventing my death by immolation.
You are welcome. Here.
This one has a strong personality. Good thing I've got experience with those. All of the little ones are now safely settled in their new home. You have my gratitude.
Thorough job. My respect.
You sought the dragon's offspring. Why?
To alleviate my heart-rending loneliness, of course.
Oh, that was awfully forthcoming of you.
I normally wouldn't be so candid, but it appears that Anxious Squirrel has learned a thing or two from you about, what was it? Not caring about how others perceive you? So I will permit you this one glimpse of my weakness.
To require others is not a weakness.
My goodness. I had not expected such emotional intelligence from one of your... girth?
I do not care.
Oh, well, this was a delightful conversation. Say, while I have you, any news on the stag front? Well...
Seems we met another of your detachable emotional apparitions. Bit too twitchy to tell us his name, though.
You must mean anxiety.
Oh no. Why are you talking about me? What did I do?
Oh, you should have heard the shit they were talking.
What? Oh dear, oh dear.
There was no such talk. Shame on you, Bitter.
Are you sure?
Yes, Anxious. No opprobrium to be found in this discourse. I was merely making your acquaintance with our adventuring friends here.
People!
Well, there it is. Until our next encounter, then.
Your stags are returned.
A completist. I approve.
Incredible! The 9 realms are no longer in horticultural danger. I cannot thank you enough. But perhaps this will suffice. Arrogant believes he has evaded punishment just because you fixed his blunder. He is sorely mistaken, of course. He will be in a remarkable amount of trouble. Once I figure out how to punish someone whose narcissism renders him invulnerable to all forms of emotional warfare. Well, any questions before you travel on? The sound of the chimes is not unpainful at this distance, so perhaps you could not?
Lunda.
Hi there. I wanted to ask, do you want me to stop talking about your muscles and how you look and stuff? Because it seems like it's making you all wiggle, like in a bad way.
It did, but no longer.
Oh, okay. So I should stop? Sounds like I should stop.
No.
Oh, all right, you beefcake. And what about Freya? Brutal, my lady. What can I do for you? Now, I know it's hard being here without them, but I'm sure old Brok would be glad you're here. And I'm sure Sindri, wherever he is, would appreciate you tidying up after yourself. Now go ahead.
I wonder if Sindri will ever come back. Can this place ever feel like a home after what happened here?
I never thought I'd miss their bickering. But it's really not the same place without those two, is it?
We will maintain it until his return. Here. Did I do enough to prepare Atreus?
The lad survived bloody Ragnarok. I should think he's as prepared as anyone could be.
To survive, yes. But to love.
Brother?
Angrboda. Does he...
Oh. Well, there were certain topics on which I suppose I may have been a touch more approachable. I did my level best to teach him the ropes.
Then you taught the boy to woo?
To be perfectly honest, brother, I taught him how I wish I'd wooed.
I look forward to exploring Alfheim and not having to fight elves.
Oh? What makes you think that's an option?
They've united, haven't they? What possible reason would they have to attack us?
Sorry to say, but there are still plenty of elves out in the Barrens eager for conflict.
But why? Freyr united them. They fought together at Ragnarok.
For those who have spent their lives in combat, peace is not always an option.
There must be another piece of Asgard up ahead. This is truly thankless work.
It must be done.
I'm sure the civilians were protecting with Thankus. Well, thank both of you. Me, they would just point at and scream.
Another piece of Garm's handiwork. Lassa!
This is not over.
All of Garm's handiwork has been fixed.
Good. I am glad.
Well, how about that?
Atreus would be happy to know they tied up some of his loose ends.
Perhaps we should let Hrasvolgar know.
Perhaps.
Oh, good timing. Remember that thing I said you was gonna want to see? You better go feast your peepers before it's over.
Wait a bloody moment. Is that?
Thor's hammer. And his daughter.
I'll make you proud, Dad.
Well, good for her. Freyr, I've always wondered, why was Freyr so revered here so quickly upon his first arrival?
Well, to begin with, it wasn't his first arrival. Very few know this, but Freyr was one of the earliest visitors to Alfheim, back in the dawn of realm travel.
Oh, a bit before my time. Do tell.
We believed for a long time that all the giants had died in the flood, until one of them appeared in Vanaheim. Her name was Gerd, and she came offering to teach us the secrets of traveling between realms using Bifrost light. Freyr became immediately infatuated with her. He always yearned to wander, and along came someone who could truly show him how. So, wander they did, exploring the world tree from root to branch. But one day, it came time for Gerd to wander away. Freyr was heartbroken, and resolved himself to perform some great feat to win her back. He set his aim on the grandest of gestures. He intended to be the first to find the elusive source of Bifrost light. And he succeeded, although quite by accident. Freyr believed he navigated best while fortified by a potent blend of Vanir herbs. When he wandered, he wandered. And he managed to wander from the World Tree directly into the Lake of Souls. The elves have never seen anybody come out of the lake before, so it got some attention.
Oh, that is bloody hilarious.
I don't know whether he worked his charms at that point or they just assumed him to be a great deity. But of course, he hadn't made this journey in search of responsibility, so he didn't stick around long. Still, the legend of his manifestation was passed along through the ages. It even endured after the Great Division, remembered by light and dark elf alike. So when at last he returned, he was uniquely situated to gain the trust of both sides and help to create a truce. The problem was, both sides trusted only him, so the peace could only last as long as he stayed around to keep it. And with the long war dragging on without an end in sight, I suppose making any kind of peace was an irresistible notion for him, even if it meant having to rule.
You're covered in Bifrost! I felt that one, brother!
I feel bad for the Asgardians, and even worse for the Midgardian refugees. Learning the god they indebted themselves to didn't care for them at all. Profound betrayal.
Aye. Their homes will not be the only thing they will be rebuilding.
You know, Freyr loved to breed Gulan pups in Vanaheim. I wonder if these two are the descendants of the Gulan he brought here long ago.
That explains how they got to the desert. Another gift for the Dark Elves. Come under the cruel, dagger the cold, and bitter the
Hunting these berserkers. I am reminded of our search for the Valkyries 2 winters ago.
I can see the similarities, aye.
There is one difference. With the Valkyries, you lacked spite.
Brother, I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't know the full tale.
I know how it feels to be wronged, and how it feels to achieve vengeance. I would hope to spare you the disappointment.
Aye.
Well, how about that? Didn't I tell y'all there'd be something to see? Ragnarok armor's on the house. We'll call it a commemorative piece. Oh, what can I do for a goddess? Let's make some magic. Oh, heading up already? Got time to chat?
I believe that was the last stronghold of the Aesir.
So, Odin's oppressive ways finally ended.
Are you satisfied?
Yes. Perhaps the realms may finally find peace and healing.
It does not.
Catch yourself!
Go then, D the Unearthing!
Well honored! To the enemies of Lair!
How come?
I could have...
Go then, D the Unearthing!
To the enemies of Lair! Dwarfing Bifrost!
Careful, brother! You're covered in Bifrost!
To the enemies of Lair!
This was the last, was it not? Only the king remains.
Aye. And if you thought his berserkers were tough, well, I've been thinking about what you said, brother. Maybe it's time to let this go. Slurping up a dead man's soul with this old sword isn't gonna change the past.
It is good to hear you say that. But I plan to face it regardless.
What? After all your lecturing on vengeance and spite?
It is not wise to let a malevolent spirit wander Midgard. But I needed to know you wanted this for the right reasons.
Huh. Appreciate the sentiment, brother.
Do you hear that? Someone's crying.
Sinmara.
Ah, Surtur's love. Should we try to tell her what happened?
She knows.
We're heading back to Charlie?
Yes.
He's not gonna be very happy with me.
No.
Charlie, I'm sorry. I have no excuse for neglecting you. I will do my best to earn it. I know. But I can't stay. There's still things I must do. Kratos, I should look for someone who can watch over him. Permanently.
Where? The flower.
Earthweed. Goodbye, Charlie. Soon.
I was half crazy to say it, but I got a good feeling about that Thrud girl. Never minding what family she came from.
I quite agree. She's an impressive young woman.
I thought you might. Why, I ain't never seen anyone quite so awestruck until she laid eyes on you back at the hole. Like meeting her idol.
She was apparently quite eager to learn from all the Valkyries. Now that she has Mjolnir, I expect her next stop will be to begin training with Sigrun.
I think Brok and Sindri would be happy knowing that hammer's finally with someone worthy to wield it. And a future Valkyrie, no less.
Ingolf's gravestone. It's reformed. Guess there's only one thing left to do.
You can't have it.
Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
Go well. Hell